I'm Mike.
And I'm Adam.
And this is Stuff and Waffle. Two friends talking about stuff, and often as not, waffling with frequent reference to Bond cars.
Well, once again, we find ourselves here kneeling at the altar of two truths, one lie.
Oh dear. These intros are getting just ballsy, aren't they? Oh, yeah, I did like that. That tickled me.
You might say ballsy, some would say scraping the barrel.
Yeah, no, I like that one.
But here we are. Once again, it has become a very popular segment, and I have worked tirelessly to prepare three statements that I'm hoping are going to trip you up.
Okay. Well, you were saying earlier today that you were very pleased with your efforts, so
I did claim that.
Mm.
Yeah, let's see if that bears fruit, shall we?
Yes, let's. Go on then. What you got for me?
Okay, here we go. These are very eclectic this week. There is no link between these three at all. Sometimes I have a bit of a theme to my questions, but not this time. These are, to use a term which does come from the automotive world, a real doozy.
Oh, go on then.
Okay.
Mm.
Number one. Are you poised with an implement with which to record these?
Yes, I have opened Notepad and I am poised to type.
Very good, very good. Okay, number one.
Mm-hmm.
When the Titanic sank in 1912.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
it's okay. Yeah.
I'm fine.
When the Titanic sank in 1912, it had a solitary car in its hold. It was a brand new Rover 12 horsepower launderette.
Oh my God, hang on. Right. It had a solitary car in the hold.
The hold. Yeah. On board,
whatever you want. Right. I want to get this model down. It was a
brand new Rover 12 horsepower launderette.
Can you spell that?
I can. LAND.
Yep.
AULETTE.
Fine. Okay. I just wanted to, because my issue there is you said that, and all I've got, my head's just going. There is a Rover laundrette on board, and I'm like, it's not right. It's not right.
That can't be right. No.
I think that's false. If that's the case,
something's wrong.
Oh, right.
Okay. Happy with that one?
I don't know if I'm happy with it, but it's a statement nonetheless.
No, you've got it down.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Number two. This one will be right up your pipe, I suspect.
Excellent.
Porsche's replacement for the 356 was to be called the 901. However, Peugeot took legal action saying that only they could name cars with 3 digits with a 0 in the centre. So Porsche changed the name to 911.
Now, okay. No, I'm not going to leap in there straight away. No.
No. We're only part way through.
Okay. Yeah, go on. Yeah, next one.
Okay. Number 3. On its launch, Ford displayed a brand new Mustang convertible on the 86th floor of the 86th floor observation deck of the Empire State Building in New York.
Oh, right. God, blimey, my brain's not in it. Go on. Right, one more time.
Shall I read that again? Okay.
Yeah.
On its launch, Ford displayed a brand new Mustang convertible on the 86th floor observation deck of the Empire State Building in New York.
Observation deck. Right. Okay.
There's your 3. I said they were eclectic.
Yeah, we're all over the shop there.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. I'm gonna come at you with some bits and bobs. Right. You've given me a few there. The one that I am massively unsure of is the Titanic one. So I'm not going to dwell on it too much because I don't know enough about it.
To be honest, that's something you're either going to know or you won't. You can't work it out.
No, you I can speculate all I want. Okay, so I'm not going to speculate. The statement about the Porsche and the replacement was meant to be the 901, but the Peugeot claimed, said, no, we have it with the 0 in the middle. That, I mean, it's one of those ones where I'm second guessing myself now because I was almost certain, but I'm fairly certain that is bob on. There are a couple of cars out there, badge 901, but it didn't live. On its launch, the Ford displayed the brand new Mustang convertible on the top of the Empire State Building. That is true. And the only reason I know that's true is because when the Mustang was 50 years old, they redid the stunt. They put one of the new Mustangs up there.
Well, I'm not going to confirm or deny that at this stage, obviously.
Okay. I don't know why that's in the memory banks, but it is there nonetheless.
It's weird what's in there sometimes.
Oh yeah. So blimey, I don't know whether just to go for it on this and say right. Yeah, no, it's sod it. I am going to go for it. Because what are we at here? We're 7-6.
We're only 1 point apart. Yes, I believe that's correct. Yes,
7-6.
currently.
No, I'm gonna just go for it rather than dwell on it. I'm gonna say Titanic false, Porsche true, Ford true.
Okay, final answer. Locking that in.
Yeah. I'm not taking it back. I've said it now.
False, true. Okay. Well, on this eclectic mix of questions, you are correct.
Oh, well, that's nice, isn't it?
You can go off, people, you know.
Oh dear.
I was really hoping you wouldn't. You sort of knew 2 of those already.
Which is no fault of yours. That is just nonsense that lives in my head.
Bizarre. How can you know that?
I think if I was going to know one, I'd know the Porsche one. I was just my own.
Yeah.
I started second guessing myself and going, "Oh, hang on, was it all in the wording of what he said?" But it's like, no, let's not overthink
Let's just go with it. Yeah. Let's just go with it.
I don't know why I remember, but obviously, I think it must have been 2015. There was some press hoo-ha around the Mustang convertible, the new one. And
it was actually April 2014. They did it again, but it was originally April 65. They put the original Mustang up on the observation deck of the Empire State Building. The car was dismantled into 4 separate pieces, taken up in the building's freight elevators, and then reconstructed on the observation deck as a marketing stunt for their new car. There are some pictures actually. If you Google it, there's pictures online of this car up on the. Yeah, you are on the top of the Empire State Building.
Yes, here we go. I'm doing it. Oh, come on.
And it wasn't done with a crane. It wasn't done with any trickery. They actually did dismantle the car, take it up in the freight elevators, and then reassemble it.
And there it is. I've found photos of the.
There's photos of both.
Yeah,
I've got the original and the later one. Yeah,
I've got some side by sides. I've got some black and white ones, and then I've got the new one where they put a yellow one up there.
That's right. Yeah, indeed.
Okay.
I was really hoping you'd think that was total bobbins.
Unfortunately, that's Bobbins that lives in my head rent-free.
Oh, dear. See, that's what makes you really hard to beat, because there's just so much nonsense in there.
It's of no use to anyone, but it's in there.
No, it's in there and it's not going anywhere.
Okay.
However, we should just talk about the statement that was false.
Of course.
There was indeed a car on board the Titanic. It was being transported to New York, but it was not a Rover launderette. It was, in fact, and I have all the detail here, a Renault Type CB Coupe de Ville.
Oh, I see.
There you go.
I mean,
interestingly, it's never been located. They've never been able to get an ROV or a camera or anything deep enough into the wreck to get into the hold where this was believed to be. So I doubt there's much of it left at this point, but they've never actually located any of it. I would have thought maybe an engine block might have survived. I don't know.
Interesting. Okay. Because, hang on, I'm thinking about it. This is getting too into the weeds of it. I've not seen the film Titanic in a very long time.
No.
The car is in that.
It is. Some naughtiness goes on inside it. And
is it the right car?
I believe so, yes. Because I did look that up, and apparently Cameron was quite keen that it be accurate, and it is a reproduction. It's not an actual, but it is a reproduction of the correct car, the Renault Type CB. Yeah.
Okay, that's good. That was the attention to detail. Nice.
I picked a Rover from the exact same year, thinking, well, he's not going to know the ship was sailing from from the UK, so a British car it might have been, and some rich American transporting it to the United States, and it's sort of, I thought the story was plausible.
You could have said any car that sounded old, and I would have probably gone, yeah, right.
Yeah, it probably was.
Yeah. Yeah. No, very good, very good. I did like the statements, don't get me wrong, and I am incredibly sorry that I just foiled it a bit there.
I can't get ahead. I can't get ahead. It's I'm gonna have to come up with something really evil. The trouble is, as I said, whatever I come up with, I don't know what you know, because you can't can't predict it.
No, the unknown quantity of nonsense stored away.
Yes, that is the challenge here.
Okay, well, same time next week then. I shall have at you with some good uns, hopefully.
I look forward to it. Now, it's been a while since we've had a guest on, and it's been even longer since we had this particular guest on, which is entirely our fault because we are useless. However, joining us again this week with this time some tales from overseas is my dad, Chris.
Hello there.
Hello. Yes.
Welcome back.
That's right. That's good to be here.
Yes, we must
Well,
apologise for our tardiness on this because
no problem.
we're getting on for, let's face it, a year since we said we'll have you back.
Well, I've been sitting here ever since. So.
No,
You're very patient. Thank you.
We've had a bit on this year. Let's be honest.
Yeah. Well, I spent the best part of a month over in Washington, in America, the state that is, not DC.
Yeah.
Good to clarify.
On the stunning Pacific Northwest coast, and the big car story was Tesla. Blimey. I know they're becoming more commonplace in the UK now, but in Washington they were everywhere.
Yeah.
Everywhere I went, you were never far from a Tesla. Lots and lots of Model 3s, but more predominantly Model Ys.
Yeah.
Model S's were thinner on the ground, but when one did appear, it just highlighted how much better looking they are than the others.
You're not wrong.
That is true.
Yeah.
That is true. Yes.
It is a handsome
I only
thing.
noticed one Model X, though there were probably more. They don't look as big in the States.
No.
Yeah, they look a bit smaller on their roads because they're so much wider than ours.
Yeah.
Yes.
The only roadster I saw was in a museum.
As in the original.
Well, it was really.
Yeah.
Not the.
Well, there isn't a new one.
There's a couple of sort of prototype show cars, isn't there?
Yeah.
Kicking about.
Yeah, but that's all. I don't know whether that'll ever get made, but
probably not at this point.
No.
But they certainly like their Teslas.
Yes, I guess that shouldn't be surprising. It being an American company.
That's right.
I wonder if that has changed at all.
Well, I was there before Trump's tariffs kicked in.
Yes.
So,
yeah.
But I mean, there were so many of them. I can't imagine anyone's got rid of them. So, I know there have been problems, haven't there, with people vandalising them because of Mr. Musk's political antics.
Problems. Yes, that's one way of describing it. Yeah, so some would say problems. Yeah.
Yeah, that's quite a delicate way of doing it. But yes, there are a few out there that have been vandalised. There's quite a few out there that have had other car badges put on them.
Oh, really?
I've seen some of that. Yes, BMW badges and Honda badges and things put on them. Yes.
Yeah, he's not covered himself in glory, and it has had somewhat of a knock-on effect to the brand.
It has, which is a shame, because it's not the fact that the product is bad, and it's not the fault of anybody who works at the company. But he has done some serious damage to it. That is undeniable, I'm afraid. Yeah, but when you were there, they're just everywhere.
Absolutely, yeah. You just couldn't move for Teslas. But what I was really hoping to see was the Cybertruck.
Yeah.
And it was several days before I spotted one. There weren't a lot of them around.
Yeah.
But I did see a handful, and I got a close look at one in a basement car park. So do they look better in the wild than in pictures? Well, definitely not.
No.
They're even more ridiculously big than I ever imagined. It just doesn't come over in pictures.
Yeah.
I can't see the point of them. If you ask me, they look a bit silly, like a cartoon come to life.
Yeah, it is that. I think that's a good way of describing it. It is, isn't it? It shouldn't. I'm amazed they ever got the permits and licenses and things to release it. I mean, how on earth does it meet any pedestrian safety laws?
Well, it's just sharp edges everywhere, isn't it?
Yeah. When James May recently drove one in California, I think, and he actually managed to slice a carrot by opening and closing the door.
Well, they're not being taken up in any great numbers, or they weren't when I was there.
Right.
I think probably a few people have bought them as vanity things, but
yeah,
I think that's a fair assumption. Yeah,
it wasn't really taking off, and that stainless steel finish might look all right in the showroom, but it's not really very impressive when the doors are covered in the inevitable fingerprints.
that was the problem the DeLorean had. Of course, it was impossible to keep it clean. The slightest fingerprint or even brush up against it, and it discolors it. So
it looked awful.
Yeah. And this is the country of the pickup truck, of course. I mean, if it was going to sell anywhere, it would be there.
Well, America's always liked his pickups, hasn't it? And and there are lots about still. I fancy not quite as many as when I was last there about 15 years ago.
Okay.
Most of them have got 4-door cabs.
Yeah.
And there are a few giants, not as big as the Cybertruck, but pretty big. Most notably, the Dodge Ram lineup. The biggest Ram I saw was huge in every dimension. It was what they call a mega cab. And it was wearing Texas plates, so no surprise there.
Of course.
When I stood next to it, I just felt so small.
Yeah.
It's mad, isn't it?
Yeah. Anyway, while I was there, I went to this interesting motor museum, the LeMay Cars of America Museum in Tacoma, which, like most car museums, started as a personal collection and just outgrew itself.
Got out of hand.
Yeah. Started by a chap called Harold LeMay, who made his money in Refuge collection. And he splashed
good business.
He splashed his cash on collectible cars, and at one time he was buying them at the rate of one a day.
Wow.
And he ended up with 3,000 of them.
Oh, that's really going for it.
His wife apparently said, "My husband never met a car he didn't like."
Wow.
And the museum, it's got about 350 cars in it, but that's only a part of the collection. There's another museum out of town that's got even more in there.
Wow.
But it spans the whole of the automobile age, right from the beginning. A few European imports, but not many. And the special exhibition when I was there was the automotive heritage of Japan. You'd have been in your element, Adam. We wouldn't have got you out of there in a hurry, I don't think.
That sounds like a bit of me. Yeah,
it does.
There were some really nice cars in there.
Yeah, I like the sound of that. I've just found the website. I'm just having a sneak around now. It does look like a place where we would lose many hours.
Oh, indeed! It's on 3 levels, and there's just so many cars there. And here's a fun fact I learned. When Howard Taft became president in 1909, he created the first White House fleet of cars. And he bought a couple of luxury cars. At the time, they were known as Pierce Arrows. They were the leading luxury cars of the day. And he bought a Stanley steam car. And he bought an electric car.
Yeah.
A Baker electric car. They've long ceased production, of course, but they used lead zinc batteries, which were apparently much safer and more efficient than lead acid. They didn't have access to a modern kind of batteries, of course.
No. I think Jay Leno's got a Baker in his collection. I think so, yeah.
They were specialising in electrics, and they were quite big at the time.
Well, people forget that electric cars actually did come first.
Indeed.
The internal combustion engine came later. But how different things could have been.
It's interesting you mentioned the Stanley. That's because you wrote us an article about the Stanley steam car a while back.
Yeah, I'm in love with the Stanley steam car. It's an amazing thing.
Very cool. Yes, I remember your article and the photographs and a video actually to go with it. It was very cool.
Yeah.
But I think for me, the collection highlighted the difference between the development of cars here in the UK and in America.
Yeah.
We were squeezing into tiny Austin 7s, and they were lounging about in their enormous cars even back then. And of course, they had more space, wider roads, and often drove longer distances. So
and cheaper fuel.
Yeah, quite. So I suppose the Austin 7 wouldn't cut it over there, would it?
Probably think it was a toy.
Safe to say they're not going to fit.
No, well, that as well. Yes.
Years ago, I heard a joke about a Texan visiting the UK and mocking how small everything is over here. And he said, back home, it takes me all day to drive round my land. Yeah, said the Englishman, I used to have a car like that.
Yeah, that encapsulates British motoring right there, doesn't it?
Absolutely. But Washington and Seattle in particular is home to some of the biggest tech companies in the world, including Microsoft and Google, of course. So I guess it's pretty progressive, and they've embraced the electric car far more than the UK, both fully electric and hybrid.
Yeah.
And while Tesla is dominating the plug-in market, I'd say it's the Toyota Prius that leads the hybrids. And it was from the passenger seat of my brother Richard's Prius that I travelled around various parts of the state, so I got to know it quite well. And I'd always thought of hybrids as neither one thing nor the other, and be an automotive dead end because they'll be banned at the same time as petrol cars, won't they?
Yes, they will under the current rules, but of course that might change.
Well, but I could see the appeal. It's got enough battery range for most people's daily use, and if you want a longer trip, the petrol engine takes over, so no need to plan charging stops. And
it does have a place for sure, and there's some strong arguments for people that only do long journeys occasionally, maybe. So local journeys are all on pure electric, and you just strike up the petrol engine when you need it. There's definitely a market for that.
It manages the whole system itself, so it's just seamless. When it wants to click over to petrol, it just does it. You're not really aware that it's doing it.
It's just a shame Toyota haven't built on that, because the Prius has been such an enormous success, but they've not really done anything particularly to succeed it, which is odd.
My brother loves his. I think it's the second one he's had. And
I was going to say he's had a couple, hasn't he? Yeah.
We were driving along one day, and he said, "It's like having a Tesla, only better because it's got an engine as well."
And these days, it doesn't come with baggage. Yeah,
that's right.
Well, yes.
Yeah. But the other big surprise for me was the relatively small percentage of cars on the road from America's domestic manufacturers.
Right.
Well, that's interesting.
Yeah, there are Chryslers, Cadillacs, Dodge, Jeeps, plenty of GMC trucks, and the odd Lincoln, and of course Fords, though not nearly as many Fords as I had expected.
Right.
I kept spotting Mondeos, even though they've been out of production there since 2020, and they don't call them Mondeos, they call them Fusions.
Fusions over there, aren't they?
Yeah, apparently because there was an earlier Fusion in the same bracket, and Ford wanted to keep the brand loyalty.
Right. But, whereas over here, the Fusion was a completely different car. It was a big.
Oh, it's an
Fiesta.
Awful Fiesta thing.
It was based on the Fiesta, I think, wasn't it?
It was the Fiesta, but it was a bit taller and a little bit longer, but not quite as big as a Focus. It was
certainly nothing like a Mondeo.
No, not at all.
It was odd they called it the Fusion, I think, because when they launched the Mondeo, the name was supposed to mean world's car, wasn't it?
Yes.
And it was, because they produced it, the same car in America, but for some reason they gave it a different name. And,
let's not get into Ford and their naming.
Oh, yes. Yeah, at the weekend I saw several Capris at the weekend. Awful.
Awful.
But don't set me off. No, quick, move on.
No. I don't know. Nobody knows what Ford are doing these days. It's very confusing.
Well, as I say, I was there before Trump's tariffs came in, but it was Japanese and Korean cars that dominated everywhere.
Right.
And I was reliably informed that is because the foreign makes score so highly in reliability surveys.
Of course.
And that's what people want. They want a reliable car, don't they?
Yeah.
Well, that's what did for Detroit back in the day, of course, was when all the Japanese cars started to flood in, and they were better built and more reliable and cheaper, and people stopped buying American.
Yeah. But I had the gas crisis as well, which
Yes.
did the Japanese brands no harm at all, did it?
Yeah, absolutely, with their small, efficient engines as opposed to the great big lumps in the American cars. Yeah. Yeah, they had some trouble there, but yeah, that's interesting. So not as many domestic cars as you might think.
Not at all. No, it was Toyotas, Hondas, Mazdas, everywhere.
So all this stuff that Trump spouts about wanting everyone to buy American, they kind of don't want to anyway.
They obviously don't, and
no,
their money is going where the mouth is, and it's not in American.
Well, you can't blame the consumers for wanting to buy a decent product.
Yeah. And there were plenty of the higher end marks like Toyota's Lexus range, which is common over here too, isn't it?
Yes, very much so. Yeah.
But ones we don't see, like Honda's Acura badge cars.
Yes.
And I was going to say Nissan's Infinity range, but then I recently spotted two of them locally here on the road. I've never noticed one before. I don't know if I've just missed them or these were an exception, but I know they were available here for a while, but apparently Infinity withdrew from the UK in 2020 because they weren't selling them.
I guess we're more into the German stuff over here.
But there are quite a lot over there.
Right.
Plenty of Subarus, lots of electric Kias and Hyundais.
Yeah.
And European cars, BMW, Audi, Mini, Volkswagen, Volvo, the odd Range Rover. Right. The Japanese and Koreans dominated by a wide margin.
That's interesting. Did in terms of like Korean dominance, we've obviously got the upper end of the scale being Genesis. Did you spot any of those while you were over there?
No, I didn't. No, but I could have just missed them. But,
okay. But it's one of those. It's a bit like you mentioned Lexus. That was very much a good foot in the door for Toyota in America for the higher end of the market, because it was kind of made for them, wasn't it? As I recall, they wanted to have a brand that was perceived to be luxury without the association with Japan.
Well, isn't it rumoured that that's what Lexus stands for? Luxury export for the United States market. That's what
that Lexus is the rumour. Yeah.
Yes, that's actually what the name means. So, yeah.
Well, there were certainly lots of them about.
Yeah.
But where US manufacturers do control the market is in heavy goods vehicles. And they are so different to what you see on our roads, of course, with the big bonnets sticking out in the front.
Yeah.
There's hardly a flat-fronted HGV in sight. And they tend to be big, and the front engine design makes more space in the cab. And it's apparently more aerodynamic and fuel efficient on long journeys, which, of course, their truckers go a long way, don't they?
Yeah,
they do.
Yeah.
That makes vague sense, actually, thinking about it and going, is that aerodynamic? I suppose it is more than a slab-fronted truck.
Yeah. I guess it probably is. It's more sort of car-shaped, isn't it? Although enormous.
But they are big, these trucks, and of course the bigger roads mean bigger trucks, and they can carry heavier loads.
Yes.
And a lot of them are towing trailers as well, and many of those trailers carry loads heavy enough to require 6 wheels.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
And then there's the oddity to European eyes of the 12-foot drawbars, so the trailer seems to be following on a long way behind. And
I've seen those. Yes, the big gap between the cab and the trailer. Yeah.
Apparently, it's to spread the extra weight on bridges.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. That's interesting. I would never have thought of that. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't,
Right.
but that's what it is. And
That's what it's for. Right.
yeah.
Okay.
But not very many European HGVs over there.
Right. That's one area where they do buy American then.
Yeah. You still see the odd big gas guzzler from the glory days of American motoring, wallowing along on their soft suspension.
Wonderful.
It's
That's nice.
Like something out of Starsky and Hutch, you know.
Yeah.
And then beginning to look their age with faded paintwork and a few rust patches.
Oh, that's nice.
Yes, of course, the single stage paint with no lacquer. It doesn't last, does it?
No,
You sent me a picture of one car, I think, which was an old Cadillac.
Oh yeah.
If I recall, what was it? It was a Cadillac Fleetwood Coupe, I think. Although, of course,
I think you identified it. I didn't know what it was, but
okay, yeah.
But that wasn't just a sort of daily relic. That was a collector's car, and it was parked up by the side of the road.
Yeah.
And people were stopping and looking at it. You know, it was quite something.
That's good to see.
Cadillac Fleetwood Brougham Coupe is what it was.
I've
just found it.
I'm just googling. Oh, blimey, that is.
It's a big one.
That's big, and all of the straight edges and slab-sided. And
yep, the coupe is exactly the same body shell as the saloon. It's just the doors that are different.
Blimey, that's going to be fun in a car park. The doors that are 9 foot long.
The 2-door version is ridiculous.
That is excellent.
But it was parked by the side of the road because there's a lot of that goes on. I mean, car parks are not as universal there as they are here because there's very often there's a lane at the side of the road just to park in.
Okay.
Without interfering with the live lanes, so a lot of roadside parking.
Yeah, that makes sense. They got so much more space, haven't they? That's the problem.
I do like that. That is very cool.
What, the Cadillac?
Yeah, I did. Yeah. I'm caught up on some pictures. I'm going to close that before it distracts me.
Well, it was causing a bit of a stir among the locals. So,
that's cool. It's nice to know that people still have a bit of a passion for the old stuff.
Oh yeah, very much so.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, I saw quite a few collectors' cars out and about.
That's cool. Just to go back a little bit when you're talking about the sort of the trucks, I'm a little bit curious to know whether there was any Tesla crossover there. You didn't spot any of their semi trucks, did you? Or
not
semi?
One. No.
Okay.
No, I didn't see those.
That's an interesting point. Yeah,
because I know there are. They're not plentiful, but they're certainly out and about in America.
Yeah, I think they're selling them, aren't they? But no, I didn't see any at all.
Right.
And I would have noticed it because they're quite distinctive, aren't they?
Yeah, they look like nothing else on the road, pretty much in that particular corner of the market. Yeah,
absolutely.
Okay, well, maybe next visit.
Well, something else surprised me, and while I was there, the temperatures were in the high 90s Fahrenheit, and it was hot.
Yeah.
They don't use Celsius, of course, and everyone.
No, they like the drama of the bigger numbers.
Oh yeah. Everyone was desperately trying to keep cool, and Jeep Wranglers are popular in the sort of outdoorsy area where Seattle is, but. I had no idea that the doors are detachable. Did you know that?
Well, I did, because when I was there, of course, my uncle, your previously mentioned brother, had a Wrangler. So that was the car we used for my time there. And the doors, the side, everything is detachable. He used to say it was like driving a tent.
Well, lots of people had taken the doors off when it was so hot, and I've never seen that before, and I have confirmed that UK spec Wranglers do have removable doors as well, but I've never seen one here with the doors off. I don't know.
I did know that, but only because that was the car he had when I was there, and I'm sure there was an occasion where he took the doors off. So yeah, I did happen to know that, but I quite like the Wrangler. There's something about it.
And they look quite cool driving around with no doors on, I must say.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, we wouldn't do that here. We don't have the weather for that. Well, last week was the exception to the rule, but in general...
Last week would have been the only week you would have done it. Yes, absolutely.
Well, I didn't drive while I was there. I think I would have wanted a few lessons to prepare me for the differences. But
yeah, that's fair.
I found it very disconcerting that undertaking is not only permitted, it's a way of life. It's just such a no-no for us, isn't it?
It doesn't come natural, does it?
No. But, I mean, it's all the time. And on the freeways, drivers are constantly changing lanes. If they think a different lane is moving a bit more quickly than theirs, they'll switch into it. And they do seem very tolerant of each other. And if someone's signalling to change lanes, they'll happily open up the gap and let them in with no arguments. There's none of this, you're not getting in front of me sort of attitude that we see sometimes.
That's a very British thing.
The atrocious driving standards that we seem to have. It's like, I mentioned it, didn't I, when from the drive back from Le Mans, and it's like, the French driving standards are superb. We got off the tunnel and instantly, like, oh my God, we've gone back in time. This is awful.
Yeah.
No, it's nice to know that the driving standards are good over there. If the rules of the road are slightly odd.
Yeah, so there's something else that I've never come across before, and it's something they're trialing. They call it metering. And at busy times, when the freeway traffic's solid and slow moving, they activate a traffic light at the end of the slip road, or the on-ramp as they call it. And when the light turns green, only one car is permitted to go through, and then it goes red again. And there's a slight pause before it lets the next car through. And it's designed to facilitate zipping into the traffic. We call it merging in turn. And from what I saw, it did seem to be working and keeping things moving. You weren't getting long queues of people trying to get in when the freeway was choked up. So there's something I've never ever heard of before. But
that's quite a nice idea. I
I
wonder if that would work. That wouldn't hurt to try over here, would it?
No, it's not the worst idea. They've tried sillier ideas than that on our motorways.
Smart motorway, for instance. There's a silly idea.
Yes, there's a very silly idea.
What a terrible thing. Yeah.
Oh, dear. Yeah, let's not go down that route again because we'll just end up ranting.
The other thing they have there, of course, because they have these big intersections, as they call them, the big crossroads rather than roundabouts, is that you can turn right even when the lights are red.
Yeah, that is a nice touch.
That was something I learned about when I was there, that you can turn right on a red signal.
Yeah, well, that's done all the time. If you stop by a red light at a junction, you want to turn right, which would be left for us.
Yeah.
So you're not crossing the carriageway.
That's right. You're not cutting across any other traffic. You can just go. Yeah.
If there's no traffic approaching from the left, you can proceed and ignore the red light. And I think it was brought in some years ago during a fuel crisis, and they kept it.
To try and keep people moving and not sitting, running their engines, wasting fuel. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Which brings another thing that we don't have. It is crossroads without traffic lights, but with a single red light flashing suspended above the road.
Oh, yeah.
And it means you must stop whichever direction you're coming from. And if it's safe to do so, you can then proceed. And the rule is that if there's more than one vehicle wanting to cross, the one who arrived first gets priority.
Oh, that sounds like a recipe for disaster.
Yeah, if vehicles arrive simultaneously, the one on the right can go first.
Okay.
I mean, it's the sort of situation where we would have a mini roundabout and you just give away to the people who are already on it.
It's interesting because, like you say, that's a recipe for disaster. I think it's maybe applying our road standards because I bet they work over there.
I think they do, yeah. And
yeah, over here that would lead to a massive fight.
Yes, yeah, there will be punch-ups.
Yes.
There are no mini roundabouts over there, of course, and roundabouts generally are a more recent concept.
There was one that I saw when I was over there, just outside the city.
Yeah.
There was a roundabout that apparently they'd only sort of recently put in, but it had bypass lanes around it, so it was sort of optional. you could sort of give it a go if you felt like it, but if not, you could just go around it. It was like, well, here's a roundabout. Have a try. See what you feel.
Yeah, 15 years ago when I was last there, that was the only one I saw. But now there are quite a lot, particularly on newer roads, and
right.
Some of them they call them traffic circles.
Oh, for
if
goodness'
there's a
sake.
difference, I don't know what it is.
It's not that, is it? It's the American use of the English language, isn't it? Roundabout is too confusing, so they very much take the approach of say what you see.
Yeah, but the stupid thing is, some of them are called roundabouts on the signs, and others are called traffic circles.
Oh, for goodness' sake!
I don't know what the difference is.
Pick one name.
But I mean, you're talking about driving standards, but the roundabouts, because they're fairly new, not everyone seems to know how to use them.
Of course.
We were heading across a four-way roundabout with traffic queuing at the intermediate entry, and a car suddenly pulled onto the roundabout in front of us, and my brother swerved, and thankfully the other driver did an emergency stop, and a collision was avoided, I suspect, by millimeters.
Wow.
It was pretty scary, to say the least. And it looked as though the other driver was treating the roundabout as a crossroads. And as he was there first, he thought he could go first. And,
oh, no.
I
hadn't got the giveaway concept of the roundabout.
Yeah.
So
perhaps
still
a
work
little
to
more
be done.
education is needed.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, if people don't know how to use it, then it's going to go wrong, isn't it? So
Yeah. That was a nasty moment, but the only nasty moment we had while I was over there.
Yeah.
The roads that I felt more comfortable with were away from the city. One lane each way, and much more like we're used to.
Yeah.
But even most of those roads, they have a hard shoulder. So if you need to stop or park, you can do so without being in the way of the traffic.
Okay. Yeah.
And because the roads are generally wider, if you've got to cross the carriageway to enter a side road, where we would pull up to the centre line and wait for a gap in the opposing traffic while traffic builds up behind us, more often than not, they have a short centre lane you can pull into while you wait, so the traffic isn't held up. That was great. I think we've got some of those on newer roads, but very common now.
That makes sense. Yeah.
And one thing we have that seems to be a rarity there is potholes. They seem to manage very well without them.
Yeah.
One or two, but not very many.
I'd like them to give it a try over here to see if we can manage without them. That'd be nice.
Yeah, do you think we can? Do you think we could cope without potholes? I mean, we've been with them for a long time now.
It's just we're at a point now where if I'm going somewhere that I haven't been for a while or have never been to, I will always use Waze on my phone because people report potholes. So I don't have to be on constant pothole alert. The app tells me where I should be dodging. Which
the fact that they've had to build that into the software.
Yes, great, isn't it?
Pretty sad, isn't it? Potholes are just a feature of our roads now. That's just they're here to stay, and that's just how it is.
Yep.
So a country that properly maintains its roads, what a concept.
Last year I drove right across the Peak District, which was a fantastic drive with great views. But it was like driving across a ploughed field because there were so many potholes.
Lovely.
For mile after mile, you're bouncing around, and it was really terrible. And I did the same journey again earlier this year, and they'd resurfaced the whole lot, so it was completely smooth and nice to drive on.
That's good to hear.
Must be the only road in the UK that's like that, I should think.
That's the entire country's road maintenance budget has gone on that.
They've blown that.
Yes. Suddenly that squidgy suspension old Cadillac isn't looking so silly, is it?
Finally, the other thing that I envy them for in America is their domestic garages. Most houses come with a double garage of enviable proportions and electric doors. Not only do they house 2 large cars with room to walk around them, there's plenty of room for storage shelves each side, and a workbench at the back, and a place to keep your gardening equipment. It's endless.
That's the dream, isn't it? That's the dream.
The central heating units in there as well, and then there's a rear access into the house. How I would like one of those.
Wouldn't we all? That's the dream. That's the dream.
It's nuts, isn't it? Because I think once I've managed to get a car into our garage, and that was purely to work on it outside of the rain, away from the rain even. And it was the MG ZR, or basically Rover 25. So not a big car, and I had to keep the windows down and get out of the car through the window. I couldn't open the doors. I could drive it in, but not open the doors enough to get out of the car.
That was not a large car.
No, not good.
Well,
but
they tell me that insurance companies used to give you a discount for garaging your car, but they don't anymore because cars are so wide. People are damaging them, putting in the garage. So,
and then claiming off the insurance.
Right. So that's not a thing anymore, apparently.
No, modern houses but the garages aren't big enough to fit any car anymore, are they? This is the problem. That's why modern housing estates have just got cars everywhere, because every household has at least 2 or 3 cars. None of them will fit in the garage. The driveway space you get is tiny. So everyone's parking up on the pavement or on the road. But a proper garage like that, big 2-car, that's the dream. I love that.
It is the dream. And like you comment there again, people are having to park here, there and everywhere. It's the whole reason why I don't have a front garden anymore and just a massive driveway.
Yes.
It means I can park my car cars in relative safety, away from the on the road morons.
Yeah. Of which there are many.
I'm not naming any, but there are some about here.
Yeah, it would end up getting damaged, wouldn't it? Left parked on the road. That's the problem. But do you still manage to get your car in your garage, though, don't you?
Well, just about. But if I change that car again, I'm sure I won't, because each car I've had has been wider than the one before, and I think there's about 4 inches to spare now, and I go in 2 inches each side, and
that's not a lot, is it?
No, and it's a bit dodgy, but
I think you're right. If you upgrade to anything newer, that's not happening, is it? That's got to live on the driveway.
Especially if it's an electric car, of course, because they're wider anyway, aren't they? But
most of them. Yeah.
So It's another reason to keep my car a bit longer, I think.
There you go. Don't want the expense of having to widen your garage.
Yeah. Well, that's my thoughts on American motoring.
That's very good.
Well,
that was excellent and much appreciated, Chris. Thank you.
Yeah, that was really good.
Like everything in America is slightly different to over here, and that includes motoring.
Yeah,
absolutely. Okay, so what we said previously is that you did have a couple of topics you wanted to cover. So you are due for a return visit, aren't you? And just to be clear, it won't be a year. Where I believe we're going to go through the cars that featured in your life as a motoring journalist.
Yeah, I think calling me a motoring journalist is egging it a bit too much. But
it's all right. It's how the internet works. We've got to make it clickbait.
Yes.
I was a news reporter and I did a bit of motoring writing, but I had some interesting experiences. So yes, excellent. I'd like to share those sometime.
That'd be perfect.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much. Yes, we'll look forward to that, and we'll have you back on very soon. And yes, thank you very much for coming back on, Chris. That is hugely appreciated. Pleasure. Thank you very much. Real
pleasure. Always good to join in.
Well, I think that's probably enough of that for this week. Check us out on all the various social medias and things. Thank you very much for listening.